Hey everybody, it's been a while since I posted on here, at the end of January, so a few days ago I got really sick. I don't know if it was the flu or something along those lines, just a common cold, whatever, but I lost my voice for a good 2 days, so I got kind of behind on filming and things like that, but I wanted to make like a January reading wrap up, because I know I made like my January TBR video on here, and I wanted to kind of wrap up what I thought about those reads. So without further ado, let's get into that. First, I read Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed. Really enjoyed it. Truthfully, I read it because of the show. This wasn't on my original TBR. I knew that I wanted to read it eventually, but I wasn't exactly sure when I was going to be able to get a hold of it because it was sold out like everywhere. It finally went back in stock at Barnes & Noble, so that's where I got it from. Really enjoyed it, 5 stars. And then, not to like, I'm not gonna like spoil it or anything, especially if you haven't read it and you plan to, or you are seeing this and maybe you decide to pick it up. But it had a lot of elements that were in the show, but also some others. Very spicy. So if that's not your thing, don't recommend it for you. But if it is your thing, I really, truly do highly recommend it. And a lot of the like description, just like in terms of Billy and Shane, the main characters, like what they're doing like on their own time, but they're still like thinking about each other a lot of times. I thought that was a great like addition. And then I also ended up reading The Long Game, which is Billy and Shane's sequel, like the next part of their story. This one also wasn't on my original TBR in January because, again, I wasn't sure when it would come in stock, but it did around the same time that I got Heated Rivalry from Barnes & Noble, so, but, again, very similar. It was similar to Heated Rivalry, of course, but just more in depth. So pretty much everything that happened after the cottage in the show and at the end of the book. Also 5 stars for this one, really enjoyed it. I read Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. This one was on my January TBR. Really enjoyed it. I definitely planned on reading this one. I saw it online a lot. Again, very spicy. I gave this one 4 stars. I liked it, but the ending was kind of predictable and like, not to say that it was bad or anything, but, I have to be really surprised or really touched for a 5-star rating. But this one's definitely a dark romance. It's really great. I liked it a lot. So I do highly recommend that one as well. I have like, my rating system is like very me. I have to have a lot to give a book a 5-star rating, but also I have to really dislike a book to give it like a 1 or 2-star rating. So usually I average like a 3.5, have a few 3-star ratings, a few a few 4-star ratings, and then maybe like 1 or 2 5-star ratings. This month I actually had 3 5-star ratings, which is not typical for me. Before I go on to my next physical book, I did read Red, White, and Royal Blue. Actually, I had 4 5-star readings because of Red, White, and Royal Blue. I let my friend borrow the physical copy that I have, and they're still working on reading it. That's why, like, I did read it with the physical copy at the beginning of the month, because it was the first book that I read in 2026, but I don't have it with me right now. That's why I'm not, like, holding it. It was a 5-star read. I've read it before. It was a reread for me. I really enjoy it. The characters, the world building, seeing, like the parallels to the world, but also some really great differences. All that. I love that book. Absolutely love it. And I've heard that they are coming out with a sequel to the movie, because there is the movie on Netflix, or no, it's not on Netflix, it's on Amazon Prime, I think. It might be on Netflix too, but I know it's on Amazon Prime. But they're coming out with the sequel soon, hopefully, within the next year, maybe. I don't know. I remember looking it up, but I can't remember what it told me. But anyways, if you haven't read that one, highly recommend it. It's one of those ones that, like, for me, I would love to be able to read it for the first time again. That being said, I read The Wife Between Us, which was on my physical TBR for January. I gave this one 3.75 stars. I really enjoyed it. There was, like, a twist that I definitely wasn't expecting, the way that it was reading at first. But after that, I was just kind of like, eh. Like, it was still good, but it wasn't, like, 5-star for me. So I did enjoy that one. If I give a book a 3+ star, you can pretty much be guaranteed that I at least enjoyed part of it. Again, I have to really, really dislike a book to give it a low rating. I'm sorry about my voice. I'm still recovering from my sickness, and it really took its toll on a lot, but especially my voice, so I apologize. It's not that nice to listen to right now. Anyways, that being said, the next book on my physical TBR was The Wish by Nicholas Sparks. I really enjoyed this one. It's about a woman named Maggie who had a sobering medical diagnosis that I really relate to. Not that I was given a sobering medical diagnosis similar to what Maggie's is in the story, but I had a loved one who did have a very sobering medical diagnosis, who is unfortunately no longer with us. But this one is told in present day, and then in 1996 when Maggie had to leave her hometown to go live with her aunt because of something that occurred. And again, that's a big part of the story, and I won't spoil what that is, but I ended up rating this one 5 stars. I thought the writing was beautiful, the storyline was beautiful, and I just related to it a lot because of the medical aspect of it. So if you haven't read this one before, I would highly recommend it. I also read Caught Up by Nevessa Allen as well. This is in the Lights Out universe. It's similar to that of the Lights Out characters, and the main characters in the Lights Out book are mentioned and appear in this book. Some, not a bunch, but some. If you check out Lights Out, I would also recommend this one because it is very similar, and also a great story. Again, spicy, kind of a dark romance. I wouldn't necessarily say it's as dark as the other one, as Lights Out. I don't know, my brain is not working the way that it usually does. And then, let's see. I think that's it. Is it? Yes, I believe so. Yeah, so that is my reading wrap up from January. I will also soon be posting my TBR, my February TBR, so if you want to check that out, please stay tuned for that. And thank you for watching. Oh, I totally forgot to mention, I left it in the house. I also read Project Hail Mary by, Andy Weir is the name of the author. And I really enjoyed that one, gave that one 5 stars. I usually don't get into like sci-fi books in the way that I got into that one, but I really enjoyed it. I won't go into a lot of detail about what it's about, but a astronaut wakes up on a spaceship in space with his crewmates. They're both dead, and he is light years and light years away from home, and he has to figure out how to save the Earth. That's all I'll go into detail with there, but yeah, I really enjoyed that one as well. And now, if you enjoyed this reading wrap up, thank you for watching, and I will be posting my February TBR soon.